Good morning. Yesterday, I realized that this cup, if I scratch it on the table, it gets interfere. It interferes with the microphone. So I decided to put another table right over here, off the frame, and drink the coffee that way. I had a big discussion with two friends of mine this morning. I just woke up quite creative to discuss these matters of motivation and inspiration and garbage like that. And I told both of my friends that our minds lie to us and they tend to convince us and give us a lot of fear, anxiety, and all kinds of negative emotions in order they the mind pretends as if that is to protect us, but in fact it is, well, in regards to things that we want to do, because it if it's in regards to the real world and not things that we want to do, then in the real world, it is self preservation, especially if you're in the jungle. But we are not in the jungle. We are not in a dangerous world, most of us. And the idea is that it pretends like it protects us, when instead, all it wants to do is maximize comfort and minimize effort. And the culmination of the discussion was just give up. Give up what you set out to do, on what you want to do. And both of them, well, one of them said, "No, I'm not going to do that. Why are you taking this to the extreme? I'm not saying that." And I said, "See? That's why I said it. It's because if I say give up, you're going to say, 'No, I didn't say that. I'm not going to give up.' Because I get your ego involved in the idea." So our mind tends to use all these manipulation tactics, these evil Machiavellian tactics, to really convince us of not doing anything, because our mind would be the happiest, well, not the happiest, but the most comfortable in doing nothing. So it gives us anxiety, fears, all kinds of bad emotions. It convinces us with arguments that it's not worth it, that we're not getting what we set out to do, all kinds of things like that, just to get rid of that project. And the conclusion is that you have all the reasons in the world to give up and not do something, but you don't need any reason to do it. You need absolutely no reason to do what you want to do. It's not about reason. It takes no amount of arguments, no amount of emotions, nothing. You don't need anything to do what you want to do. The wanting is enough. I want to do that, so I do it. And then your mind will play a trick where it will say, "But I don't want to do it anymore." So what do you do then? You lost even the wanting part. But then again, you don't need any reason. So not even wanting it is required to do the action that you set out to do. So you decided in the past that you want to do this and you want to do it for this amount of time, and that's how you do it. And sometimes you're not going to feel like it. Sometimes you're not going to enjoy what you're doing. Sometimes you're not going to enjoy the result. And you're going to have mountains, and I mean mountains of reasons why you don't want, or you shouldn't, or whatever. You don't want to do the thing that you set out to do. And that's the point. You don't need for to do it, you don't need any reason. The moment you put a reason, the moment that reason goes away, you're going to stop doing what you set out to do. And there is no possibility in which you can quit. As in, no amount of reasoning or emotions can make you quit. Of course, there are things that might derail you for a few days, but you come back to it. That's the point. It's, let's say you break your arm or you have a problem with your jaw and you can't talk or whatever. There are physical limitations. There are things that are true limitations. But those limitations should actually make you want to do more of what you set out to do. Even though you don't get the results, even though you're speaking to the camera and posting and no one's listening, do it over and over and over again. Why? Because that's what you want to do. And even if you, in 2 months, you don't want to do it because you have overwhelming evidence that you are not good at this, that you don't get the results that you want, that you don't like what you are doing, continue doing it. You don't need any reason at all to do what you set out to do. So stop trying to convince yourself into doing stuff and do them. And there you go, another day is over. I'm quite happy about today. Not only because I changed my shirt, but because I also filmed 3 more videos on top of the 3 that I usually film every day. So that's awesome. And I didn't watch any social media except for maybe about 10 minutes, just here and there, things that friends sent me. Little shorts, funny things, and whatever. So that was nice. And I kind of changed my whole idea about videos, even for the other channels, to not edit as much. I think that I should be able to just speak and talk in front of the camera without the need to just have like a clear script, just an idea that I want to follow and I want to express out there in the world. And that really helped me today to do 3 videos. I set out to do 1. I had this idea about how to do a certain video. I did it and it's great. I cannot wait to publish and edit the other ones that I filmed today for the other channel. So that's nice. It's incredible to be able to speak my mind and be able to see the improvements that I did in these 110 days of, well, more than 110 days. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's a great experience to be able to talk in front of the camera for minutes on end and really feel good about it. And not only that, but if I do a mistake, I just delete the video and start over, and I treat it as practice. So that's awesome. And I actually watched a few of the videos that I filmed on this channel last night, and I was like, okay, interesting. I was like, this is interesting. I'm kind of, well, I'm definitely not remembering what I did like 3 months ago or 2 months ago and what I said and what I was going through. So it already is fulfilling its purpose, which is to look back and see the things that I've said and the things that I was going through and have a video diary. And I think that is well, it's not the main purpose. The main purpose is to be able to freely communicate and express myself in front of a camera without a script, without any idea what I'm going to talk about. And yeah, it also fulfilled its purpose that way. And I really feel so much more comfortable and able to talk in front of the camera. I wish I had this cadence in other videos, but I don't, because those videos are, my mind thinks that they are different, but they aren't. So I'm going to start focusing on watching the lens instead of focusing on the screen right over there. I'm going to watch the lens. That's a thing that I noticed today, that it makes a huge difference if I look into the void of the lens instead of the screen where I can see myself. I can even do this. So I cannot see myself at all. So that's even better. I forgot to put the charger on the camera, but it doesn't really matter. It does have enough battery, so I don't have to check it. So it's an interesting. Well, I've noticed the vibe that if I can't see myself, I'm like, whoa, this is different. It's a bit more risky, let's say. But yeah, I had a great day. I met with a friend. We went with the dogs out in the park. We ate some lamb, beautiful lamb steak, and then I went with Sophie a few times out. And now I'm going to not make, but go out with her once again after I download the footage from the camera so that I can edit the videos in bed. That's going to be a nice thing to do. I have to edit 4 videos this time. I've already edited 2 of the videos and published one of them. So I need to edit another one and the 2 meditations and this video. But don't worry, I don't have a lot of editing to do. I just do a bit of a cut here and there, and then that's it. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes per video, or even less, depending on the video. So that's an awesome thing. I can really focus on the creative part, on the talking part, on the expressing myself part. And I don't feel the pressure to really polish the. it, I was just thinking of a joke. No matter how much you polish a turd, it can't become gold. So that's me in a nutshell. So yeah, I just feel that it's very frustrating, and I don't accomplish much if I have a lot of editing to do, or if I give myself a very complicated workflow to follow. I'd like to simplify everything in order to have a better experience in creating things. I think it's important to not have things that stop your flow of creativity. And sitting in front of the computer and editing for hours for just one 10-minute video, that's so bad for my creativity and also my flow. I'm repeating myself quite a bit, but it is because I want to keep this cadence of talking a bit faster. So that's a bit better. I'm trying to practice actually this type of cadence so that I can better express myself in front of the camera. It feels quite natural, so it's not an unnatural way of speaking, but it is a bit faster. It is a bit faster, and also it is a bit more to the point. So it feels as if I know what I'm going to say, but I don't. And it feels a bit easier to express myself in more emotional ways, let's say. And this is all possible just because I quit social media. Because if I didn't quit social media, I would feel like this. And my brain would not function at its fullest capacity. I wouldn't be able to just pick up on words and ideas and better structure them in order to have a beautiful video for you. I made this video only for you, even though I said a few minutes ago that I did it for the skills. And this is an interesting idea. I think that people really focus on the gear, on the subject, on the things that make a video, like the microphone, the footage, the light, the whatever, instead of focusing on the skill part. I think focusing on the skill of talking in front of the camera really helps you in becoming a content creator. I wouldn't I wouldn't be comfortable calling myself an influencer when I barely get one view on videos. So yeah, content creator. So YouTuber. So focusing on the skills that's the greatest differentiator between being a good content creator and a bad one, I think. And it's very nice to think about it, to think that it's only a skill gap. It's it's like you are on the track, and if you see every repetition that you do in the proper way, in the proper manner, you do it in a way that you are proud of it, then and you gave it your all, or even if you don't give it your all and you just treat it as another brick in the wall, as another brick on the foundation of your content creation journey, let's say. And even if the results don't come, you know that you've built these skills and no one can take the skills off of you. Once you've built them, it's super easy to go back or to just keep them vibrant and lush and green, and in order to have them and to use them to other purposes. And it has transferred to other areas of my life. I'm a bit more confident, more self assured. I don't feel the need to prove things to other people. And also, in terms of my professional life, where I do courses, I feel more comfortable in front of the camera, as well as making voiceovers for the painting courses. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.